defense.
Stuffed him and caught it. How about that?
Great defense. Stood on the ground and blocked it.
Logue for three, wow. And it's good. Bombs away, baby. 30-14. Lebanon goes out by 16. Timeout on the floor as the Blue Devils spurt. 1:14 to go before half. 30-14. Lebanon leads back in 30 seconds. Had a lot of folks asking, and we don't have a laptop with us tonight, but 30-14, we can give you this score. Lebanon leads by 16. Boy, Coach, I'm telling you, what a spurt. They were getting close.
Sure enough.
Back up. Inbounds Barnes in the backcourt, goes to Smith, guarded by Xavier Smith. So Smith on Smith in the backcourt with just over a minute to go. Sean behind the back at the jump circle. Kicks left side to Barnes. Unlike you, Coach, they don't really have an offensive plan, doesn't look like, or at least Lebanon's making it look that way.
Right now, they doesn't have any idea how they want to score. They're just looking for something to happen, but no real scheme.
Smith over here to Carter. Boy, that one is almost stolen by Ken Walton. And actually, if Alex Carter had moved a little bit to his right, Walton might have been Phi-Slamma-Jamma here in Campbell Brandon. Over across, here's Sean Smith. Gets a high screen from Stevens, moves right side of the lane, short jumper from the right elbow, no good. There's Stevens. Rebound taken away by Ken Walton. Walton in a hurry, great pass to Berger, and he missed the layup.
Wow. Great feed by Walton there.
Here's Barnes the other way, has Bowers on the baseline, took about 5 extra steps, and they finally saw it. I was wondering. I mean, I've got quick feet sometimes, but not that quick.
11 turnovers so far for the Blaze on the night.
Coach, a chance to hold it for one. 24 seconds and counting. 30-14. Lebanon by 16. We're just shy of halftime as Xavier Smith walks it across the line, feeds to Berger. Berger, Walton, McCathern, McCarver, and Smith. Here's Walton on the left wing. Dangerous pass, and Smith called for the reach-in as he and McCarver went for that pass.
And Smith's second foul.
And as we said, both teams in the bonus. It's only the one who won, but McCarver to the line to try to make this an 18-point game as they go into the locker room. 9 seconds even to go in the ball game.
Great half for Lebanon right now.
Have you had fun?
I've had a great time. And Lebanon's had a good time. And the fans have had a good time.
Good house, good crowd.
And O'Keefe is having a good time because he gets his 9th point of the night. There he gets his first free throw.
Boy, Omac stretches at the 17, so 31-14 with 9 seconds even to go here in the first half. Carter and Smith all the way in the front court. McCarver's second free throw up and good as well. Was there ever a doubt?
10 points for O'Keefe for the night so far.
Here's Stevens. There's that full court pressure again, though. There's Wallace. He'll run all the way down in the corner, give off to Carter. Long three. Off the back of the iron, no good. 1 second to go, and it's on the floor. And the buzzer sounds to end the first half, and it is a very good one for the Blue Devils as they head to the locker room sporting an 18-point lead, 32-14. Jeremiah, we'll send it back to you for a 2-minute timeout. Then we'll come back for a scoring wrap-up. We'll remind you you're listening to Blue Devil basketball right here on WANT-FM 98.9 WCOR.
They shot 19%. That don't help them either. We shot 40%. That's a big difference.
Well, I'll tell you what, it is looking good for Lebanon as they start out 32-14. They're ahead. Blackman has the ball. Here's Bragg. Has his pocket picked momentarily almost again. Finally gets it to Stevens. Goes down low to Barnes, and they'll call Berger over the back. So 14 seconds in, Connor Berger whistled for the first foul of the second half.
And his second foul.
Is that his second one? Mm-hmm. So the first team foul is Berger's second. 32-14. Lebanon by 18. Oh, and a great step-in steal by Logue as he went past Barnes and laid it up with the left hand and draws the foul. Excuse me, that was Stevens, and Stevens fouled him on the way to the basket. Boy, can you say enough about the way Terrence Logue recovered from those 2 quick early fouls?
He is still hanging in there and still playing like crazy. He hadn't backed off a bit, but that's a competitiveness in it. You know, I mean, he is always all out to play as he hits his first one.
And he completes the 3-point play, and Lebanon stretches that lead to 21, the largest it's been tonight. And there's T-Logue with another steal off a deflection. Short jumper, no good. And backside rebound by Barnes, and he's mugged by Johnson and Logue. They tag team him on that baseline. They got in the air and nowhere to go except land on Barnes.
And they call it on T-Logue. That's his third, team second. We just bragged on him, didn't we?
Yeah, sure.
When he got that steal, and he's excited.
The kiss of death.
And you like that. There's the switch again, as we talked about. This cause that turnover on the press that Coach Kyle has done, and they rotate people and rotate them up and back to mess up your press. And I think he just noticed early, hey, we're just going to switch people, and it's worked great so far.
Well, McCaffrey guards the ball out of bounds. He gets it into Bragg. Bragg works on Johnson, still in the backcourt. Now gets across, stops at the free throw line, extended jumper, no good. Gets his own long rebound. Works on Berger. He'll take it to the hole. McCaffrey, great spin. He blocked that shot without even looking. He turned around and knew where it was at. Runs the court, and if that pass had been right, you might have seen five slamma jamma on this end from Big Mac.
Blocks it on one end, and he's the first guy down the floor on the other end. How about that for hustle?
Here's that full court pressure again. Smith trapped in the backcourt. He's got McCaffrey and McCarver. Finally gets it to Stevens on the right wing to Barnes. Here comes Blackman. Barnes works on Johnson, feeds to Smith, fakes the three, kicks in the corner. Bragg drives the baseline, almost runs over McCaffrey, but they'll call McCaffrey as he moves just a bit. They'll call him for the block.
Herschel's second foul, team third.
Boy, three quick ones, less than a minute in, and three quick fouls on Lebanon. So free throws could become a factor here down the line.
Still up 21, though.
Yeah, that's sweet.
That's nice.
That's sweet. Like that. You gotta love the 20-plus margins. Here's Bragg towing the line. First toss up and good. High arching shot. And it's a net ripper. 35-15, Lebanon by 20.
Kind of tough, I think, too, for a team like Blackman. I noticed the Coach Kyle Turnham over there trying to get their attention before they came out the second half as he hits his second one. And it was kind of tough. And I think in a crowd like tonight, down 20 already, it's going to be tough for them to battle back in this thing.
Here's Smith in the backcourt. He's double teamed by Barnes and Carter. Boy, he out-muscles them. Carter gets to Johnson. Johnson to McCaffrey. Baseline jumper. Good. Boy, Big Mac's got range, folks. He's not just 4 feet and in, trust me.
No.
Oh, great steal by Berger. Tips it into Johnson as he... Oh, wow. Berger had that one whistled by, and he wasn't anticipating the pass. Good idea by Johnson, and Berger says, my bad. But, boy, what a step-in steal by Berger as he didn't try to control it, just grabbed it and tossed it into Johnson. Here's Stevens on the baseline. Full court pressure one more time. Smith in the backcourt. Double team McCarver and McCaffrey. Up to Carter, though. Oh, he's got Barnes in the corner open for three. In and out, no good. There's Stevens. Put back, no good. And Alex Johnson was up and probably hit the back of his hand on the rim as he went up to stuff that shot, but they'll call the foul underneath.
They'll call it on Herschel, his third.
So McCaffrey with his third, already 14 fouls. A minute and a half in, Lebanon whistled for 14 fouls. Blackman only one. Stevens' free throw is good. So Matt Stevens, Paul, 6'6" junior. Boy, he is one of those guys that has the size and the touch.
3 of 5 on the night from the line for Paul Stevens.
Second one bounces around, no good. Edwards, backside rebound. Edwards, Smith, Berger, McCarver, and Johnson, the 5 on the floor for Lebanon. Here's Xavier Smith working on Carter on the right side. Backs it out. Now he'll work again. Edwards and Berger go out high. Berger down low. Instead go to McCarver, right elbow. Shoots from the right side of the lane. It's good. Boy, he is automatic.
He does a great job.
You give him space, he gets his shoulder squared, and it's going in the basket. And another great steal as he gets it into Edwards. Instead taken by Johnson. Layup no good. Edwards backside rebound has it. His putback no good. Foul from behind, no call. Here comes Bowers on the right wing in the front court. He blows by Smith. Scoop shot is good. Boy, that was a beauty right there. And Justin Bowers cuts it back down to 20. Here's Lebanon in a hurry. McCarver from the right elbow kicks it to Johnson. And that's twice they've had bullet passes. Whistle by Coach Kyle's like, calm down. Calm down. Good advice.
They're turning loose and playing right now. Really enjoying the flow of the game.
Running and gunning it up by 20. Back into the ball game is DeJuan Brown. He inbounds, gets it to Bowers. Bowers up ahead to Barnes. They've got a 2-on-2. Barnes takes it to the hole. Scoop shot over Edwards is good. Nice little runner by David Barnes. And they've got it back under 20, 39-21. Here's Smith working off a screen from Berger. He's double teamed, gets it to Johnson. Boy, had Edwards momentarily. There's McCarver for three. Off the back of the iron, no good. Edwards had a hand on it. Instead, controlled by Smith. And they're going to call the foul on Michael Edwards.
He got above and beyond him right there. Almost had a good play going and just lost his balance, I believe, Marv. But great hustle out of Edwards there to try to make something happen there. Just kind of, when he lost his balance, is what caused the foul.
So 5 team fouls already on Lebanon, only 1 on Blackman.
Casey Nunley checks in the ball game as well as Ken Walton.
So Smith, McCarver, Walton, Nunley, and Edwards, you're 5 for 11. They kick in the corner. Barnes open for 3, drives across the lane. And they're going to call a reach in out on the floor. So the shot went in, but it will not count.
Got O'Keefe for that, his first foul.
So McCarver, his first, and already the 16th foul. We're not even 3 minutes in there, averaging a foul every 30 seconds on Lebanon here in the second half. At this rate, Coach, they'll shoot 50 free throws here this second half.
Wow, he got an inside lane there. Great opportunity for Blackman, but couldn't make it go down.
Couldn't convert. Here's Barnes, rolls it out. Here's Bragg's short jumper, right side of the lane. Bounces off, no good. Tipped out, controlled by Logue. They've got numbers. Logue gets his balance, and he'll hold it up. Right side, there's McCarver, takes it to the hole. Boy, what a shot.
And they get the roll.
Acrobatic, goes in, call a foul, put him on the line. 41-21 with a chance to go up by 21 here if he can make this free throw.
And the foul was on Vick, his first.
So Carl Vick whistled for the foul. And McCarver's free throw is good.
The old three-point play. Great roll, wasn't it?
Boy, it was. And I believe they actually called that on Brown. I don't know how they got 35 up there. There's not a 35 on the floor. And here's Smith, gets it to Barnes. Barnes goes back to Smith, and Blackman will try to get something going. Almost halfway through the third, they still trail by 21. There's Bragg, looks for a cutter, goes to Barnes. Barnes works right side of the lane. He'll stop, move across the paint, kick to Smith. Thinks about 3, goes to Carter off the top of his head. Boy, Blackman just out of sync here. Carter drives, dishes. There's Brown on the backside, but his shot is blocked, but they'll get Edwards with the foul.
That'll be his second foul. And I do not know. I think he said 35. 35 was on the board.
That's what they put on the board.
There's no other 35 on the floor for either team beside that guy.
I think they got Bragg. He's 33.
Yeah.
Well, here's Brown at the line. Free throw up. Bounces around, and it's good.
As Brown converts his first one.
Boy, Coach, when you got somebody almost doubled in score, but you look up there and see 7 fouls already, that's tough. Brown's second toss-up, bounces around, no good. Nunley fights for the board. Last touch by Bragg. Let's see if they go that way, and they do. So Lebanon will have the ball, leading by 20. Stevens into the ball game, as well as Berger. So they won't let Berger come in. Okay. Inbounds comes to McCarver in the backcourt, and Blackman backs out of that full court, this token full court pressure. McCarver beats that with ease, and another pass way too tall. Walton on that baseline. Just out of bounds to Blackman.
Just a little bit out of sync right there. Up 20, wanting to make something extra happen right there. And it's misfortune, but it happens. You know, I think we got to go back and think, too, here. Lebanon is playing well, and Blackman is 6-1 in the district.
Boy, Walton took a shot on a screen by Matt Stevens out high, and he is down. And I mean, he is down. They hit, I think he hit his forehead and his face on the shoulder. And Coach Kyle's like, hey, what's the deal, you know? And there's our favorite trainer in the entire sports world, Justin McKinney.
Yeah. Tough screen set up there. Connor Berger got his mud. He did. Connor Berger got his third foul there as Bragg hit the layup, converted, and has one shot at the free throw line now.
So we'll wait for him to put the points on the board. That should get it down to 18. They need to put the score up, Coach. What do you think?
And they just did.
Aha.
They heard you over there talking.
So 18-point lead with 3:43 to go. Bragg can cut it back down as Blake Bragg will shoot one to complete the 3.